Hey there, Bob from Oregon's Constant Gardener. Welcome to the OCG Fam Show to you, my YouTube buddies. What's going on? What do you got going in your grow? Let me know about that in the comments. And speaking of the comments, we had a question in the comments a few days ago from Daniel Larrabee. He wanted to know about taking care of mother plants. A lot of people have asked about that, and we did a viewer questions about that a fair piece back on the show with Scott Ostrander. He was here, and we were there, talked about it. And so what I want to do today is I want to show you that clip. It's about 5 minutes of him talking about mother plants, and it's fairly comprehensive, but don't just take that as the final answer. Take that as a basis for conversation for going forward. So watch this and think about any questions you might have, and I'll talk to you after.
So for mother plants, and I'm pretty sure we've talked about this, but we basically just do the simple program, or the Spartan, and like mid to late veg, depending on how big and how healthy it is. And it's a snow badger. They're elusive, only in the Pacific Northwest. They don't like snow.
No, but they're snow badgers.
Well, yeah, it's just a color thing. Anyway, so the Spartan regimen is ideal because it's keeping all of your basic foods there.
Yeah.
I mean, it's your Medusa, your Gaia. You're giving them all the nutrition they need. The Herculean keeps their roots developing. It keeps the cells strong.
So what am I trying to accomplish with a mother plant? I mean, beyond the obvious.
Health.
Yeah.
Alive.
Keep it alive.
Vigor.
Yeah.
And, basically you want it to be able to go in and out of explosive growth.
Sure.
And so a lot of people end up having hardening off, or they get woody stems too high.
Yeah.
Makes it really hard for cutting. So you want to keep them not explosive growing all the time, because if you keep cutting them back, you're always getting back down to wood.
Sure.
So you want to just keep them healthy, like a big healthy house plant.
Okay.
So really basic general foods. Now, the week before you're about ready to go to take a cutting, then I up some nutrition, like you either up the Medusa or go get Pegasus, hit them good with Pegasus.
Cool. Yeah, come on over. Sure, come on. Yeah.
Can you just put me on the floor? I'm a snow badger. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I knocked his leg off.
Oh, shit.
So why wouldn't you just use one shot?
You totally could use one shot as well.
Okay.
That'd be like putting Gaia in all the time. So one shot's nice. The downfall is you can't control the growth spurts of one shot. So if your plant's like, damn, this is good stuff, they grow.
Okay.
Then now you're stuck with growth that you're trimming back when you're not necessarily in a cloning cycle. So what I like is to keep them in stasis once a week feedings in a healthy potting soil, keeping them just green and the nice new lime green tips, or not lime green, but just more of that Kelly green growth at the top. And then a week before you're getting ready to go, doing a lot of foliar feedings, at least twice a day, and a good root drench with like the Pegasus or higher levels of Medusa and Athena, something to give them more N to start an elongation process. Once they start to elongate, then you take your cuttings from there.
So if I was looking at my feeding schedule, would I use the early veg feeding?
No, mid to late.
Mid to late, and you'd be in.
And again, it's if you got a big 1-year-old mature mother plant, then you better be at late veg.
Okay.
Because basically, the bigger, more mature they are, the more nutrition they're going to need to stay healthy.
And how would I be? Would I be leaning towards more herc, less herc?
I would literally be just running the 1 to 2 tablespoons, so 15 to 30 mils.
So a fair amount, but I wouldn't be pushing it.
No, you don't need to push it. You're just going for root development, cell development, and structure and health.
All right.
So you're not trying to blow this thing up. You're just trying to keep it super green, super healthy, and then when you're ready, you do the foliar feedings, get it to elongate, and then take your cuttings.
What would I be foliar feeding with?
With the Pegasus, the Athenas.
Does Bloom Chaos enter this equation at all?
Depends on the genetics. I know guys that use the Chaos a couple days before they want to take cuttings to get that explosive growth.
Yeah, okay.
But generally, no, you don't want to use Chaos on this because you're not trying to get it to grow a lot during the time it's not taking cuttings.
You're just getting some you just want some sprouts to come up, so you got something to cut.
Sprouts, and a lot of guys like internodal spacing when they go to take cuts, so they're not stacking. So you don't want to foliar feed too much Chaos no matter what, because we stack flower sites when we foliar feed, but when we drench it, then it puts all that energy into lateral growth. So a week before you're getting ready to cuts, you put a little Chaos into the water that you're watering with, and they explode grow.
So do ultimately at some point years down the road I get to the point where the base of the plant is just too mature to
for sure,
and woody and gross, and that's what happens.
All plants have a life cycle,
and that's what I'm trying to avoid. Is just that I'm trying to keep it kind of
Yeah, and a lot of people, what they'll do is, they'll get 6 months to a year out, and then they'll take that new cuttings, make new moms, and then flower out the mom. So if you have a mom for 8 years, wow, good for you. But I can't imagine it's producing well.
Might not be the
anymore.
most. You might have been better off to. And do you feel like you're not losing so much by each generation? Is it kind of wanders a little bit?
Oh, I think most breeders will attest to it. That I think always my very best crop is always that seed crack one and dones, and then every clone from that gradually gets less and less and less into where, it just is a different content, different quality, different concentration.
Do you think it wanders in some direction or wanders just all over as you go?
It's breeding. So once you breed, you're losing something and gaining something.
Yeah, sure.
And so that same thing with time, those things you've lost and gained will start to slip off into those same realms, and only because you're tiring out the genetic. And this industry knows well about genetics that are tired.
Yeah, the old things that were like back in the day, like it's not as good as it used to be. No, it's not.
No, but now we call it this.
Yeah.
So now it's good again.
It's good again.
It used to be called this, but today it's called that.
Just change the name.
Yeah, once it goes wrong, just change the name and call it gas.
Okay, that was fun. We sure appreciate Scott doing that. So what do you think of that? What questions do you have based on what you learned there about mother plants? So put those in the comments and we'll talk about them next time around. I love you. I'll see you tomorrow. The OCG Fam Show. It's pretty good. It happens every day. It's the OCG Fam Show. See you tomorrow.